This is Professor Michael Chapman. I'm one of the most experienced IVF doctors in Australia. I believe that an important part that I can contribute is to educate patients in relation to fertility, infertility, and all that involves. These series of podcasts help to educate you. I hope they are helpful to you. If you wish to know more, however, I'm more than happy to have you contact me via email, which is profmchapman@gmail.com, or make an appointment to see me on 9138 4222.
Yeah, I mean, at 30, you shouldn't have poor egg quality, albeit with a high AMH that suggests polycystic ovarian syndrome. And certainly overall, there are more immature eggs. If you're getting a big flock of eggs, like 20 plus, you'll have a higher percentage of eggs that are not great. But but in addition to that, however, there will be an even bigger number, or a large number of good eggs. And that's why high AMH is a great thing. When I see a high AMH in a young woman, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get her pregnant. But when 50% of them fall off, it would certainly, and particularly if they get to day 3 or day 2 or 3, I'd be looking in more detail at what the sperm's like. Be doing something called DNA fragmentation, possibly even doing, when we fertilize the eggs, we can actually pick out one sperm using high magnification to magnify a sperm 7,000 times, so we can actually look inside the head to see whether the chromosome material is in good order. So there are things that we would do to investigate that a little bit more.
We've got about 5 minutes to go, Prof. I just have a question from the question bank. Does abortion impact fertility rate?
No, the anti-abortionists have spread that story, and obviously there is some diversity on opinion about positives and negatives of abortion. But when we look at infertility patients and we look at fertility patients, the percentage of women who get pregnant spontaneously, who've had abortions, and the percentage of women who present with infertility are identical. So I don't think it has any impact. There's a slight risk in it after any instrumental interference with the uterus. We can cause scarring or infection, but that's no more with abortion than it is with the normal miscarriage and the D&C associated with that. So the answer is no.
Samantha says hubby's sperm is 16% DNA fragmentation, and Amy Elizabeth asks a question: is IVF more successful after having a baby naturally?
Yes. You answer the second question first. Yes, the data is pretty suggestive that if you need to have IVF for the second, you're more likely to have a baby than if you've been pregnant before. Yes. In relation to the DNA fragmentation, 16% is in the normal range, and so that probably doesn't totally explain it, but there still may be sperm there that are, when you're producing good numbers of eggs, there's also likely to be good numbers of sperm that perhaps are not as good as they could be.
And don't forget that you can access all the previous episodes by going to our website www.theivfjourney.com and select IVF Journey podcast from the navigation menu.